answer's no. No!
Why exactly?
Because I think we've both learnt our lesson.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean, come on?
Sally, I had a fling. Now, explain to me exactly why that should change anything.
Because it just does. Oh. You think because you got caught with Lisa that puts us in the clear?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the most arrogant thing that I've ever heard in my whole life.
Arrogant?
Yes. Because what you're saying is my wife knows what I'm like, so what's the harm in risking getting caught again? Well, I'm sorry, but it's different for me because my husband doesn't know, and that is how I want it to stay.
I'm glad you're here. I was hoping to catch you.
I was just leaving, actually, Justine.
I need to talk to you.
Well, I'm expected at home.
Leave it, Justine.
Please, I could really do with someone to talk to.
You could talk here.
Away from that. Can we just go somewhere I won't keep you, please?
Okay.
Come on, hey, what's your raw think I've kidnapped you?
Yes, sorry, Mr. Baldwin, I'm just checking something. Janice is a bit worried about a pay packet. I think there's been £15 overtime missed.
Yeah, righto, point taken. Where is she now? Making do with Arthur Shandy?
She'll be in the raw fish, yeah. I think she'd appreciate the gesture if you could give it her tonight.
Will do, yeah. Why don't we get back to her better halves now, eh?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your Roy ain't been looking too chipper according to Frankie. What's up?
Oh, well, he's had a lot on his mind. We're worried about Chesney. We both are, you know. I can't believe how that little boy's been let down by his mum. I don't know how one person can do so much to ruin his son's life.
Yeah, I know, it's a shame, because he's a nice little lad, isn't he?
I know Roy wants to go over to Spain, but when I tried to talk to him about my concerns, we ended up talking about flights and how things have changed since General Franco.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to have a simple conversation, only with Roy it's never simple.
Yeah, well, he wants to take a leaf out of my book. I'm as simple as they come.
I'm sorry, I know this is the last thing you want to be doing.
No, it's okay.
You're the only person I felt I could turn to. Suddenly realise who your real friends are. The Oak Hill mums that have a ball with this. Do you know, I've not even told my mum. All day I've been trying to pick up the phone, but I can't do it to her, Sally. She thinks the world of it.
Must be very hard.
Because I never told her the first time either when I caught him before. Do you know why that was? Because he promised me it was a one-off and he'd never, ever hurt me like that again. And like a damn fool, I believed every word, didn't I? And he says this Lisa was just spur of the moment, but for weeks he was coming home and going straight in the shower. He said he'd been for a workout, but I never saw his kit in the wash. Unless, of course, he had someone else on the go, which wouldn't surprise me.
Did you ever say anything to him?
That would have been the brave thing to do. No. I was scared in case I got the truth. I don't think I've had anything but lies from him since the day we were married.
I'm sure that's not true.
You know more about this than most.
I'm sorry.
Well, you and Kevin have...
Yeah, well, we've had our fair share of ups and downs.
I don't think I'll ever be able to stand back and look at it like that.
Didn't think I would at the time.
So what did you think?
I don't know. That I'd never trust him again. That I'd never trust anybody ever again. I was shattered. I lost my confidence. I thought nobody would ever look at me and like what they saw. I thought he betrayed my kids.
I always said to him, you may have built your business, but I've built this family. I've worked really hard to make sure we were all happy. And now he's taken all that away from me. Where do I go from here, Sally?
You've got to be strong, Justine. You've got Gemma. And she needs you.
Oh, she'd happily see me disappear. She turned on me last night. She said it must be my fault that Daddy had to look elsewhere.
Oh, Justine.
So I failed as a wife and I failed as a mother. How could he do this to me, Sally?
Roy, you will be careful what you say to Chesney, won't you?
What, careful? In what way?
Letting him think that there's any kind of rosy future for him with his mum. I don't want you giving him any false hope.
Hope is never false, Hayley. It's our job as his guardians to keep it alive.
Well, she hasn't bothered to ring for over a week. If you think there's any way that this is going to end happily, then you're kidding yourself.
Well, perhaps we've both done that in thinking that his stay with us could become long-term. We've both known that in the end he would have to leave us and return to his mother.
She's not worthy of the name.
Perhaps not, but he misses her, Hayley.
If only the feeling were mutual.
Quite. And all that's left for me is to shame the woman into mending her ways and make her appreciate what a priceless gift lies disregarded before her.
And how are you going to do that? Scylla's got no respect for you, Roy. What, you're going to talk her around? That's after you've dangled enough duty-free in front of her to coax her on a plane and come and collect her son.
No, I'll be taking Chesney with me.
Yum, yum, yum. We could always go to town.
Don't really want to be that far away from Amy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Think about it, Steve. Me and you walking into the Rovers. Dirty looks coming at me like daggers. People choking on the port scratchings. That's what I call a good night out.
Well, who's got the right to give you dirty looks?
Oh, well, it didn't stop anyone round here before, did it?
Well, forget about all that. The first sniff of trouble and we're out of there. That's in the past. All I'm concerned about is you and me enjoying each other's company.
Oh, you'll enjoy it, Steve. Guarantee you. Oh, and, you're dribbling.
What? Oh, dare you.
But you seem to be doing all right on your own. Right, you? Are you going to let Daddy take you to Betty Buy's?
Oh, no, I don't think Granny's going to let you get away without a cuddle.
Hi. Oh, look at that smile. She knows what's going on.
Thanks for babysitting, Liz.
The pleasure's all mine, I tell you.
Right, I think before we go, a little bit more war paint.
Now then. Hello. Now, I know you're going to tell me to calm down, but I can't stop beaming.
Well, I don't want you to stop, Mum. We're just going to take things at our own pace, you know.
Yeah, of course you are. But at least you're going in the right direction. That's what matters to Amy. Doesn't it? Yes, it does.
Cheers, Kieran. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
I don't think this Leanne thing's got too serious, dear.
Do us a favour, ain't Frank? I mean, it's our night off duty, love. I ain't come here to talk about the kids, eh?
All right.
Candice and Moreno, I know what you mean. What are them two like? Unbelievable. Kieran, you ain't seen Janice Battersby around, have you, mate?
She was here last time I looked. Must have meant the hole.
Right. Best I'll pop round, won't be long.
What's this?
Oh, she's short on her wages. You know what Janice is like. Don't want her started. I might as well go and get it sorted, eh?
Well, you've got to do it now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Look, rack 'em up, Kieran. Get yourself one as well. Won't be long, sweetheart.
Go on, get away. Shoo, yes, I mean you, go on.
Horace? Is everything all right?
Yes, fine, Emily.
Are you sure? I could swear I just heard a young girl scream.
Oh, no. It was nothing, just kids passing. You should be grateful. I've just seen off Jack Duckworth's filthy feathered friends. 1 minute later and you'd been picking the doings out of your bedspread. I'd like to wring their overactive little necks.
Jack's very fond of those birds.
So, because of one man's quirk, we all face aerial bombardment?
There's no need to make such a fuss, Norris.
Well, I think we don't make enough of a fuss. I mean, what sort of a topsy-turvy world is it where you can't serve chips in newspaper, yet folk are free to give board and lodging to flying vermin?
Pigeons have been a part of this area for as long as I can remember.
Well, I'm sure you could say the same for outside lavatories.
I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
If Jack Duckworth made his merry way to the privy every morning, you wouldn't be shaking his hand for upholding tradition, would you? Eh? Yes, well, I say this is every bit as antisocial.
Hey.
All right, Lee. Is Janice about?
Why? What's she done?
Nothing, it's what I've done. She thinks I've screwed her out of 15 quid.
Oh, right. Well, she's not here. What, you came over special to bring it over?
Picked a bad time, have I done?
No, not at all.
Oh. You scrub up well, don't you?
Which bit are you looking at?
Your face. You know, there's a real glow about you.
What? Shame about the rest of me, eh?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know.
How come?
Well, I never look below the neck with a lady.
You liar.
It's gospel. And if I happen to have a glance and I just don't comment, it saves me getting a whole heap of trouble.
Why? What are you scared of?
What am I scared of? I'm scared that the lovely Janice might get a strop on with me. So do me a favour, love. Give her that for us, will you?
Give it to yourself. She'll be back in a bit. I'll get you a beer while you're waiting, eh?
No. I think I can trust you.
Well, maybe it's yourself you don't trust then.
Must have put in a bit of pork.
You what?
If your collar's that tight, you keep fiddling with it. You're going to leave marks.
What marks?
She'll be here in a minute. You don't want to show you're nervous.
I'm not nervous, Frankie.
Well, stop doing that then, or she'll think you are.
I just want everything to go well tonight, that's all. Are you the type that can't keep your eyes off a car crash?
Now I can't bear it.
Well, keep your eyes shut now. Peace in our time, huh? Never thought I'd see the day.
Gin and tonic, pint of bitter, please, mate.
I'll get these.
No, don't be daft. Okay.
So what did he do? Come waving the white flag?
No. Took us both by surprise, didn't it, Steve?
Yeah. I'd say it did. But you're a braver man than me, that's for sure.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, you're not exactly being surrounded by well-wishers, are you?
And where'd you hear that from?
Janice, Fizz, I can go on.
Well, if they want to live in the past, that's up to them. Same goes for you and all.
No, trust me, mate. That's one part of my life that I don't wish to go back to.
Yeah, well, we've all done things we regret, haven't we, Kieran?
Yeah, we certainly have. But at least you have one advantage over me. You can't say you didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
I'm sorry.
I'll just leave it, Steve. It really doesn't matter.
I do hope this is the start of something lasting.
I think a petition should be our first line of defence.
Do you think we could move on from pigeons, Norris?
I'm beginning to suspect that you're suffering from a severe case of double standards.
I beg your pardon?
Well, if the local oak tree gets so much as a sharp glance, you're hanging from the branches without a by your leave. But when there's a real threat in our midst to our health and peace of mind, you just...
I don't see them as a threat, Norris. My uncle raced pigeons. I recall them being clean, intelligent creatures.
Well, if you listen to the likes of Bill Oddie, it's a wonder they're not flying around club class.
I've seen it firsthand. My uncle took me into his yard. He put a digestive biscuit in my mouth and told me to shut my eyes. Then he whistled for his favourite male, Walter. Walter swooped down, took a piece of the biscuit and then brushed my cheek with his wing as if to say thank you. Well, the second time, I couldn't resist a look, and I can still see his bright little eye, barely an inch away from mine. Oh, are you all right, Norris? Oh, you look trebly peaky all of a sudden.
Oh, I just need a brandy. Will you excuse me, please?
Ah, Chesney. Ha. Now, what would you say to a strawberry and vanilla sundae?
Yeah, all right.
Take a seat. There we are. Now then. Now, Chesney, when I was your age, there was a very famous dog called Lassie.
Yeah, I know. Uncle Les told me about him.
Ah, well, that's encouraging. Well, Lassie lived with a very poor family who lived in Yorkshire. And they sold him to a very rich duke who lived in Scotland.
How much for?
Well, I don't really recall, but anyway, the point of the story is that Lassie knew that he didn't really belong with the Duke. So he set out one day to be with the boy who really cared for him. On a very arduous and dangerous journey. Lassie suffered many hardships and sunk to the depths of despair, but finally he found his loved ones, and there was great rejoicing. You see, to find his true home, Lassie had to travel many miles and go through many miseries and struggles.
Why are you telling me this story? Did it happen to you and all, Uncle Roy?
Well, yeah, yes, I suppose. Yes, in a way it did. For years I searched for somewhere that felt like home. Eventually, it's here. I found it here with Hayley. Now, Chesney, we have felt very privileged to have you staying with us here. But your true home is with your mother, even though she's chosen to lay her hat in a distant land.
But why is she wrong, though? It's been more than a week.
Well, some people that aren't very comfortable on the telephone, which is why I need to speak to her face to face. And I'd very much like you to accompany me.
We're going to see my mum?
It won't be easy. There'll be many setbacks and disappointments along the way.
Oh, Top, you yes you are, Uncle Roy.
Well, am I ready? Ah, you just look below me neck.
So I did.
It'll get you into trouble, that, you know.
Oh, yeah. And I bet you'd know and all.
No, not really. You see, I can talk my way out of anything, me.
Well, then we're two of a kind, aren't we?
I don't know. I reckon you're a babbler.
Oh, no, I can keep stum with the best of them.
Well, there's only one way to know.
Try me.
What the blaming hell's he doing here?
I just popped round to give you that 15 quid I owe you. And I hope you'll accept my deepest heartfelts for denying you what's rightfully yours. Anyway, got to run. Have a lovely evening. See you at work, Rippy. Bye-bye, love.
Yeah. What have you done to him?
I think you should go home.
How was it? It's okay, just tell me what happened. Has she found out?
No, it would have been easier if she had. Instead of having her confiding in me, telling me her life's finished.
She made the most of it then.
She meant it, Ian. She thinks she's lost everything that ever mattered to her.
Well, I'm sure you helped her by just listening.
How could I ever help her? She says she knows there were other women. And I had to comfort her. And I did that because I wanted to. I wanted to lessen the pain for her. It was awful.
No, come on. It's over.
I have to think of today as my penance. Maybe I'm just making up for my sins.
We'd all do with a bit of that.
I'm gonna get off.
You sure you're okay?
Thank you.
Listen, if you want my advice, you believe in each other, then stuff everyone else.
Move over Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, and then there's jealousy. If anyone's got a problem, you two being together, that's because they're not getting any and they think you're getting their share.
Wind it in, eh, Frank, love?
No, I think she might have a point, eh, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Too right I have. I mean, look at Janice. When's the last time she had a big, strong man taking care of her needs, eh?
Well, I don't know. Les Battersby can.
Les Battersby can't count. And you're just as bad, giving him an hard time. You want to get yourself a girlfriend.
Leave the lad alone.
No, I wish you the world of luck. I know you're going into this with the best intentions.
Well, of course we are, yeah.
I was talking to Steve.
You want to watch it, pal?
We just want to make each other happy, and if people can't be pleased for us, fine. But it's not going to get us down.
Listen, love, I was a demon babysitter. Every wife's worst nightmare. Oi!
All right, babe.
Oh, look at you. Oh, do you know what? There's nothing sexier than a man in a suit.
Tell me about it. And I get to see mine in one every day.
Yeah. Well, I like to make a good impression. You know how it is.
Oh, no, you're the lucky one, aren't you? Trophy wife and all that. Yeah, Kieran, give us one of them pink things and a lager, please, mate.
Oh, we'd have no trouble. Rugged good looks, nice bum. You're a very lucky woman, Frankie.
Don't listen to her. You're the lucky one, and don't you forget it.
Yeah. Right. Come on, love. We'll get off. Grab some grub, eh?
You know what? How do you two fancy a foursome sometime? Well, if anybody's up for it, my door's always open.